I'm suave, I'm debonair. No late night talks or intimate words to share. Absolutely nothing that would seem as though I care. But this new chick got underneath my skin. I'm afraid I committed a mortal sin. I think she caught me totally off my guard. Now she holds the key to my heart. I'm always careful in everything that I do, looking both ways, keeping danger in my view. But I got distracted. What was I thinking of when I tripped and fell in love? When I tripped and fell in love. What else could I tell you? What else could I say? A man elapsed in judgment turned into a major mistake. I thought I could handle it with my kid gloves, but I guess I didn't, 'cause I tripped and fell in love. I'm always careful in everything that I do, looking both ways, keeping danger in my view. I got distracted, what was I thinking of when I tripped and fell in love? When I tripped and fell in love. I'm always careful in everything that I do, looking both ways, keeping danger in my view. But I got distracted. Now what was I thinking of when I tripped and fell in love? When I tripped and fell in love. I stumbled, I tripped and fell in love. I tripped and fell in love. I tripped and fell in love. It wasn't planned, it wasn't meant. I tripped and fell in love. I swear it was my accident. I tripped and fell in love. One day I looked into her eyes. I tripped and fell in love. Then suddenly, to my surprise, I tripped and fell in love. It never happened to me before. I tripped and fell in love. But it's something that I couldn't ignore. I tripped and fell in love. I sure this thing all my life. I tripped and fell in love. I was afraid I would take a while. I tripped and fell in love. I thought that it would feel real bad. I tripped and fell in love. It's the best feeling I ever had. I tripped and fell in love. I tripped and fell in love. I tripped and fell in love. Shoot, I tripped and fell in love. I tripped and fell in love. Oh, I tripped and fell in love. I tripped and fell in love. All of the women that I meet today, all of the women that I try to date, not even one of them do I excite. They all looking for Mr. Right. Mr. Right, Mr. Right, that's all that I hear. They're waiting for Mr. Right to appear. But you might need to settle for Mr. Wrong until Mr. Right decide to come along. And I happen to ask a woman, what is a Mr. Right? And this is what she told me. A man that could do it to me all night long. A man that would bring his paycheck home. A good man that real sweet and polite. Now that's the man I call Mr. Right. Mr. Right, Mr. Right, that's all that I hear. They're waiting for Mr. Right to appear. But you might wanna settle for old Mr. Wrong until Mr. Right decides to come along. Mr. Right after all. Mr. Right, that's all that I hear. They're waiting for Mr. Right to appear. But you might wanna settle for oh, Mr. Wrong until Mr. Right decides to come along. Mr. Right, that's all that I hear. They're waiting for Mr. Right to appear. But you might wanna settle for oh, Mr. Wrong until Mr. Right decides to come along. Oh, Mr. Wrong until Mr. Right decide to come along. Mr. Right, that's all that I hear. They're waiting for Mr. Right to appear. But you might wanna settle for oh, Mr. Wrong until Mr. Right decides to come along.
You're famous. You'll be famous. And I walked down by the creek. There I saw a white boy, the first one I ever really knew. The pain in his eye told me this here white boy had the blues. Like boys do, we talk for a while about the water, the fish, and the birds. I told him my name was Grady. That white boy never said a word. We met down there from time to time and played with the sand and the sticks. He said my mama's not around. She does drugs and do tricks. I took him home one evening and I said, Mama, here's my friend. White boy didn't smell too good, so Mama didn't let him in. But she bought him milk and cookies to the back stairs of our shack. He ate like he was starving, but he never did come back. I saw him late one Saturday night, half dead and hollow-eyed. I tried to get him to come go to the doctor. I stayed there until he died. The church pitched in on his funeral, and some of them did too. But it were mostly black folks there, and one white woman on the last pew. She cried like we did. Her name we never knew. So we just carved these words on this stone, and I know they were true. Here lies